Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a fun video in collaboration with Johnson's all about becoming a parent for the second time and how it's different to the first time. So I have two babies. Baby number 1 is Isla, who is 3, and baby number 2 is Lachlan, who is now 10 months. It's funny because first time round you pretty much know to the week how old they are, and the second time round you just don't have enough time, so you're like, over 6 months, under a year. And that's kind of just a running theme. I thought, oh. So I'm going to talk about their different milestones, and like I said, just talk about the differences between the two of them and how my journey second time round has been very different from my journey first time round. So my first difference would probably be even before they were born. It was getting pregnant with both of them. So with Isla, it took us quite a long time. It took us over a year to get pregnant with her. And then with Lachlan, it was super quick, like within a month, crazy quick. And it was fun because the way we announced second time round, we got Isla involved. We did a little treasure hunt round a park, and then she opened up a few things. One was a t-shirt that said Big Sister, and then there was a book all about becoming a big sister, and we filmed it all and put it on our channel, and it was really lovely to get so many lovely comments. And with our families, we had these little cards that said, I'm going to be, and because Isla was going to turn 2, I think everyone thought it was going to say 2 when they opened up, but it said a big sister and had a scan photo, so we surprised a lot of people. My biggest difference during pregnancy would have to be the fact that I knew we were having a girl with Isla. We didn't find out the gender of Lachlan, we had no idea what we were having, and it was really lovely to have a surprise actually. I know most people do find out, and we're so lucky that we have the facilities to find out what we're having and get prepared and things like that, but I kind of found that there wasn't actually much you needed to prepare boy or girl wise, unless you're a very pink and blue person. Then it was just really lovely to have that surprise. When I actually had him in the pool, I grabbed him and pulled him up, and I was holding onto his thumb, and I didn't even think about whether he was the boy or girl. It wasn't until my husband went, oh, what is it? And I was like, oh, it's a girl, because I couldn't feel anything when I had my hand on his thumb. And then the midwife was like, no Sarah, I think you're wrong, I think it's a boy. So yeah, we've very different journeys so far, even with girls and boys at this age. Girls are so fiercely independent in my experience, and then boys Lachlan's just really emotional and clingy and cuddly, and it's just really interesting and fun to see the differences in them and their personalities. In terms of birth, both my experiences were very different as well. So with Isla, I was early and my waters broke spontaneously, and I started contractions within 4 or 5 hours, and then I had her a very long time after. I think in total it was about 18 hours or so, and 2 hours of pushing, and almost had to have assistance, but it's because she was born with a cystic hygroma and we didn't know about it at the time, but all was fine. And with her, I had paracetamol, threw it up, had gas and air, but it made my whole face go tingly and horrible, so I basically didn't have anything. And then with Lachlan, he was a week overdue. I had my waters broken for me, and then got very intense contractions very quickly, and then had him within about 3 hours. It was so quick and so intense, so different than the first time round. I did have gas in there that time. It did kind of work for me more, it didn't make me sick second time round. And with Isla, I was quite active with my labour, but I had her on a bed because I couldn't get the pool. And then with Lachlan, I actually did get the pool, which was a nice experience. But my biggest tip with birth would probably be just to never go in expecting this and this, because it's so unpredictable and nobody can predict or control what's going to happen. It's best to just go with the flow, go in with an open mind, and just be open to letting everybody help you, whether it's doctors, midwives, doulas, hypnobirthing, all that sort of stuff. Just take all the help and just go with it and go with your body, and you will be fine. And like I said, don't expect your first birth to be the same as your second birth. I did find second time round though, I had a lot more anxiety around birth. I think the first time round it's that ignorance is bliss, and then second time round you have more of an idea what's coming, so you build it up more and more in your head. So I did a lot more hypnobirthing the second time round, and a lot more calming things, which did help. In terms of milestones, my two babies have been so different. Isla did loads of things before I could even think about them. So she crawled really quick, she walked really quick, she sat up really quick. She just did all these things so quickly that I didn't have time to look in a book and figure out sort of the rough times of when babies are supposed to do things. Whereas Lachlan has been a lot slower, bless his little heart. He didn't sit up till he was about almost 8 months, and for me, because he's got silent reflux, that was a big thing. I really wanted him to sit up so he'd be more comfortable. I wasn't that fussed about crawling and walking, because you know second time around how much harder it makes your life. So he commando crawls at the moment. He commando crawls along and drags the leg, but that's about it so far. No signs of walking, although he can pull himself up, but Isla was doing that from way before he was. It's just so funny to see the differences. Also, Isla was a much better sleeper than Lachlan. Lachlan is just something else. He's just, and we've tried everything that we did with Isla, we do him. So we have a good bath and bedtime routine. We come in from nursery and work, they have quiet playtime. Then we come upstairs and we do bath time. So we do it with lots and lots of toys, bath them together, use our Johnsons top to toe, you know, the yellow one with the squishy thing. Very handy, especially with an independent 3-year-old who wants to wash herself. But to be honest, we've just always used Johnson's products. They've always been in our house. We've like gone away and tried other stuff, but then always come back to Johnson's. There's always something, either a wash or a bubble bath or lotions or wipes. There's just always been a Johnson's product in our house from day one. And I think my mum used it on us, and I, even when I was a teenager, used to use the pink baby lotion to make my skin nice and soft. So it's just always been in our family, to be honest. And I do like trying out new things. I try other products, just whatever catches my eye, but in terms of like trusting a brand and using it again and again, then that's just been Johnson's for us. But what's great about the top to toe wash is that Isla used to have really sensitive skin, and Lachlan's always had perfect skin. He's barely ever had nappy rash. Isla used to get it really bad. She used to get really dry patches on her like arms and legs. But I know with the Johnson's top to toe that it's good for both of them, like it'll help both of them. It's great because you can use it on their skin and in their hair. It has carefully selected ingredients that are suitable from the first bath. There's been like an independent clinical study that's proven that it's just as safe as water. What I also love, because I have a 3-year-old who gets very emotional about washing her hair, is that it also has that no tears formula that doesn't irritate their eyes. But yeah, after bath time, Isla gets dry and in her jammies, then I get Lachlan dry and give him a little massage with some lotion in his jammies and then into his jammies, and then I read them both a story in Isla's bed, then I come through, feed Lachlan, and then now we're trying to put him down awake because I think feeding him to sleep has caused us a few issues. But I'm trying everything and he's just not as good as Isla was. So there's the top tip. If you're expecting for the second time, then try not to expect your baby to be just like your first one. If you had a harder baby first time, you never know, you might get a really easy baby second time. Or like me, if you had an easy baby first time, you might get a slightly harder, a lot harder baby the second time round. But hey, it's all experience and it's all fun and games. You just have to go with the flow. So my top tips if you're expecting for the second time round are to enjoy it, enjoy pregnancy, try and enjoy the birth, go with the flow with birth. I think you know second time round how quick it all goes, so you are more aware of savouring every moment. And I find myself just staring at Lachlan a lot and holding him and smelling him just because I know how quickly it's gonna go. And not to worry about milestones, they'll all hit them at their different stages, and it would probably be very rare if you had one baby and then a second baby and they did things exactly at the same time. And yeah, just enjoy it. Relish in it. Watch your baby's relationship grow. It is so special and so lovely. I love being a family of 4. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you very soon. Bye!